All right, so let's start off with your name, age, and where you're from.
Matt Buesing, 37 years old from Rochester, New York.
All right. Growing up, was there a push for you to kind of pursue a military career?
My father was retired Air Force. I didn't really have any desire to be into the Air Force. I had a passion to be in the Army. It was something that I really was intrigued by. I wanted to be a sniper. I did a lot of physical activities for it, but once I got up to Sheraton for departure, I was sent back home due to some, I guess you could put it, physical ailments.
Okay. When you found out you weren't cleared to join the military, how did you and your family react?
My parents were okay with it. They didn't have any issues with it. My dad wasn't disappointed by any means because he understood, the reason for it. If anything, I was more disappointed with myself. There was nothing I could have done differently, but it was something I really was passionate about and I really wanted to do. So I would say that I was disappointed more with myself than anything.
Yeah. At what point in your life did you realize you had a distinct love for sneakers? Did your dad influence you? Do you and your dad bond over that such, like the sneakers and such?
Yes, I would say I had a definitive love for sneakers. It came from my father. My dad's favorite shoe was the Chicago ones, and he took me to see Jordan in a Bulls game once, and that really showed the establishment of love. He always bought me Jordans, but being able to relate it and see Michael Jordan in a game, even though we were pretty far up, you wouldn't see him in person, but just to be able to pull it together with seeing him in person, being in that stadium and with all the people around, and my dad wearing the shoes really kind of started to really put it all together for me.
Yeah. What really draws you to collecting sneakers, and what makes it like all worthwhile for you?
There's a lot of things that draw me to them. It's either the love of the player that you're really passionate for, or just the love of the chase of certain shoes that you can't get, but you love that passion to chase them, and that's really where I like to be at on those.
Some say having a ton of sneakers or a ton of one thing is an obsession or addiction. How would you describe your feelings with that?
I'm gonna have to say a little of both. It's definitely an obsession, but it's definitely an addiction. With how many pairs I have, I definitely feel like it's an addiction for me, because there will be a shoe that comes out and I may be on the fence, like, hey, do I need it? Do I want it? And I'm like, yeah, if I don't get it right now, I'm going to really regret this later on.
I know you have kids. Are you going to want them to maybe join the military or collect sneakers? Like, both things are kind of like family ties for you. Like, are you going to want them to pursue those?
Yes and no. If they're passionate about either of them, being the military or about sneakers, I'm good with whatever, as long as it's something that that they're passionate about and they're doing it for themselves. I don't want them to sit there and go to the military because of my background or their grandfather's background. I want them to do it for their love, for the country or for the military. Same with sneakers. I love sneakers, but if my kids aren't passionate about it, I'll support them with whatever they're passionate about.
That makes sense. What do you say to people that say they're just shoes?
I disagree, because whether you look at the sneaker culture as something that you're passionate about and that you thoroughly love, or if you're a person that resells the sneakers, there's different dynamics to it. It's not just a shoe. Some people use it as a hobby, some people use it as something to collect, some people use it as a base of income.
How many do you currently own, and how long have you been collecting?
I currently have well over 400 pairs of sneakers. I'm probably coming up on 500 soon. I just this weekend currently picked up 4 pairs since the last 48 hours. When did I start? I would say my eyes were opened by my father, like I said, during that game. And I think I really got passionate and started collecting really heavy when I turned 16. That was really the year that I was like, you know what, this is me. I need this.
Yeah, so you've had a solid 20 years in.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think collecting sneakers has formed a bond with you and your family?
I think it's a little bit of a bond with my dad, because he really isn't into sneakers per se. He really just collects the one model and just a couple colorways. He really just the original Jordans, the Chicago, the bread colorway, the black toe colorway. But we'll talk about those. Other than that, he kind of thinks how many I have is just absolutely ludicrous. But if I told him I was going to get rid of a pair of Chicago ones, he'd probably throw me out. What's going on there?
Would anything ever make you stop loving or stop collecting sneakers? Anything ever make you be like, all right, I've had enough?
That's a tough question. I don't think that would ever be the case. But if something were traumatic or life altering that could change that, whether it be like financial status or something happened in the family dynamics that could change that.
And finally, just for fun, just kind of let the people know, how much is like your best sneaker worth?
Okay, that's a tough one. There's so many to choose from. I'd say it might be the KD6 Paris. There was 30 pairs total made. 7 of them went to Kevin Durant's family and friends. So there's only 23 that were made available to the public, and it came in a limited edition box. And last I checked, they were going for about $3,500 to $4,000 in my size.
Yeah, so there's money in sneakers. It's not just shoes.
No, definitely not.
All right, thank you.